And we're back. Welcome back, guys. We seem to be having some weird high encoding effects again. I just turned my computer on. I'm so sorry about this. I'm trying to see if I can't get it to go away. Today, we are going to be working on this beautiful thing here. Why am I lagging so much? That is terrible laggage. I apologize for it. The farm plots. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I know what I want is to have farming here. It's not going to be as uh, uniform as this. We're going to have a little bit more irregular shaping to it. Problem is, how do we want to do it? Because I have 3 different ideas, all laid out here. So I'm just going to quickly go through them and I'll talk about the pros and cons of each of them, and then we can go from there. Okay? Maybe I can even get this high encoding to go away. I don't know what has done it recently. Is anything running in the background? Is my antivirus doing something stupid? Like trying to run a scan? No, it's not trying to run a scan. Sorry you can't see this. I do know it could just be the basic startup of the machine itself. Anyways, so the most basic one that we have right now, the first one I want to show, is just a very basic half slabs around it. Okay, and it works really well because on this side here you'll have the plants growing up and stuff. It's not an obstacle for the villagers to walk up and over it, but it is also very basic and kind of bland, right? I mean, it just means that when you walk in, it's really just going to be set up as, oh, it's a farming plot, and that's it. And now remember that all these farming plots are just going to have wheat, because villagers, for some reason, or at least my villagers, I don't know if maybe it's a glitch, whenever I plant like carrots or potatoes or even beetroot, if they harvest them, they replant them with wheat. And I don't know why. Now, obviously, on this side, we'd have to replace those with actual cobblestone blocks, so that from the inside it would look like just pure cobble, and look a little bit deeper, artificially look deeper because it's cobble, but from this side it's a little bit less cobble, tiny little bit less, right? The second version that we have is very similar to this, and it is literally just you just dig down a few. There goes my shovel. Right? And you put cobble. This is like the simplest, most basic one, because the idea is that you'd have like an irregular path or something here, so it looks, just a step up to the cobble, step down to the plant. I personally think that I like the fact that it's simple. It's like villager proof, but I do like this one better. But again, this one is going to be a little bit of an issue because this is technically part of a roof, right? So the roof comes to here. So with that in place, it's only 1 block to walk. That's not a huge amount of space. It's comfortable for us because we can deal with it. But villagers might, try and get into the house and get stuck and stuff like that, or come out from the house and try and get to it and get stuck here, because there's going to be the overhang, right? So they might come to here and like look like this, trying to get to the farm. The third one, which I like the most, because right now you would be able to see the villagers' heads, just the top of their heads, but because our house is for the most part lower down here, we wouldn't even be able to see that. So my last thought was to take and raise the actual crop field up. And what this would do would make it so that you could see the villager. Now I know what you're thinking. That's only a half slab. So we'd have to artificially increase the size of the wall, the seawall. And of course, we'd also have to give them a cleaner look to it. And they can come up here, and there you go, right? And then, of course, once you till that, it gives that little bit of a lip. So that would work. And when you're walking through, it would be, oh, farmland. The only problem is, over here, it would mean that this gets lifted up. Right? And that makes it even tighter in here. And it's becoming night, so we're going to sleep before anything horrible and angry comes to knock on our doors. I need to figure out that high encoding. I've been working on it like off camera for a while now, and I can't seem to track down what it is. I think it's literally just too much crap running in my back, in like the background. Now, here's the issue with this, right? We'd have to figure out something to do with this. And we'll just use what we got here for now, I guess. Obviously, we'd have to break this off, because this is half slab and you can't really work on it. And the biggest problem is whatever we do has to be repeatable. Because I don't want to have, like, we'd use like a fence or something, right? Like, my original idea was to take, do I have any here? I do not have any. Take a couple fence, which I believe is this. I always get these and the gates mixed up. No, that's right. Right, so we take some fence. Nope, there we go. Eat an apple. For good luck. Ooh, that was weird. Look at that, you can see through the world. Whoa, trippy. Anyways, take some fence, right? And that's where it gets iffy, because if I can fit through it, villagers can fit through it. Now, I know there was a trick. Oh, I fell in a 2-block hole. There was a trick originally. I don't know if it still works. Do not have any more cobble. Crap. Okay. Let's just make a quick jump back to get some cobble. Because, essentially, I know that if you put fence gates and, what do they call them? Cobble walls? Yeah, the cobble fence. I always refer to them as cobble fence, not cobble walls, and didn't make it. That's okay. Up and under will work. The cobble fences, actually, they don't connect to each other, right? They don't agree. You can connect to the top of them because you're just sitting a block on top, but they don't connect to each other. So, you used to be able to make walls, and I used to use them all the time for walls that were very transparent and looked like just almost like prison walls, but made it so that nothing could get in still because they don't connect, but for some reason they also block the pathing. Like fences don't take up the full block, right? And neither do the cobble walls. Okay? Like, we did cobble walls on the top here. And the reason why I want to say I'd use fence is because it wouldn't... That's an issue. I don't like the fact that that does that every time we look down. Right there. I don't like that. I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, like, this doesn't take up the full wall either. Okay? But if we take in place this, right? See how they don't connect? You can technically walk through these. But if I put that there, now you can't. Right? So I used to do walls like this all the time that were technically transparent, but you couldn't get through. Now my question is if we take and put fences back here, that one can go away, I don't care. And then if we put a cobble wall here, does that stop it? No, it does not. If I put a cobble wall here, does it stop it? It does. Now, it wouldn't stop baby villagers, and that's an issue. Baby villagers could escape. But, and honestly, I'd rather have it villager proofed as much as possible. Can we hop up onto these when they're like this? If I go like this... See, this is the biggest issue with having the elevated one. Is getting... We can't hop on that, can we? No, because it's still classified as 1.5 tall. We can if we do that. We need that extra height. Because what we can do here, right, is we can take the We can take this and we can put it like so. Obviously with the same material, so it matches like the roofs, where we have the thing like that, and it carries that in there, and that would make it so you can't hop up onto the actual fencing. Then the idea would be that from there, we could take and we could raise the fence at the top to create like a trellis effect around it, so it's like peaks in the middle, or maybe it only goes up one and then brings across and trails down. This is the issue though, is it line kind of looks really funny. But it is doable, and that's the thing. This is doable to have the elevated farms. The question is it worth it trying to work that in for the elevated farm? That sounded really loud to my ears, and I don't really know. Or is it just simpler to go with these? Personally, I like those. I don't like this. This is out. We're going to toss that. This idea it's silly. I'm not sure why I even posed it. This has the greatest potential, but I also kind of don't like it. It's a lot of, like, all these buildings are obviously the same. It's a lot of uniform. It's going to be a lot of height. It doesn't look it now, but it is actually going to feel small in here because you're going to have these go up and it's going to have that height, right? So these are going to be there, and there's only going to be 2 blocks in between that, right? This is going to have cobble and stuff all the way around here. It is actually going to feel pretty tight. Like, it's going to be very apartment-esque, apartment building-esque feel. This area, not so much. And honestly, this area up here, I'm thinking, because we're going to have, essentially, this house will have its footprint, right? This is a little bit of space here. What we might end up doing is put a monument here, or a monument here. Or maybe even replace this entire thing and have a monument there. Because we can put that farming plot over here. Because once again, when we put this in, we'll just do that for now. Actually, we'll take it out, because that'll bug me. When we do this, that's still plenty of room to farm. Because we can push the farm back around here. Right? So we can have a monument there. Because every village needs to have some sort of central focus, right? Some sort of monument-esque thing. But I'm not sure. It's the houses that are in place, but everything else is kind of still up in the air. Now, yes, I don't like this, but I do like that. See, this is the problem with building on camera, is I'm not entirely sure what to do. So, what I'm going to do instead is we only have a couple minutes left, and I want to talk to you about something else. I haven't worked out all the details, but I'm hoping I can add a second series to the channel. And when I say that, I mean like a legitimate series. Not not another Minecraft series, like an entirely separate game. I recently, this is gonna sound really weird considering, you know, it's 2016, but I recently got a Steam account. Well, I know, right? I just now got one. And that was only because of the fact that I did some research on Steam. It turns out, other than the fact that dirt is awfully loud in this game, you can play Steam in what's known as offline mode. And I've been doing some tests, and essentially the way they describe it is offline mode is designed for people who are not necessarily going to be connected to the internet at all times, and they know it, such as a laptop that might lose power, or something that runs on Wi-Fi, or maybe the internet isn't necessarily going to be there, and it allows you to play fully installed games. Now the question is, and this is my biggest question, is I don't know how long it's going to let me play the fully installed games. I'm just even if we go for that, I just want to map out roughly where the crop field is. So we may or may not be having another one, depending on whether or not Steam allows me to keep playing the game long enough for me to be capable of recording at will. But anyways, we are yeah, we're done here. So I guess I'll see you when I see you.